finally I'm here to bring you my Sub-Zero gear showcase. So many people have been asking me, every time I posted a new video, it felt like I got a comment saying, hey, this video was cool and all, but where's the Sub-Zero showcase? Unfortunately, the reason I held off on making this video is because I wanted to be able to get some epic legs for Sub-Zero before I made this video. However, sadly, I wasn't able to get it, and you guys kept asking for a video, so I guess it's time to make it. I really did want to wait to get the Sub-Zero legs. The audience wants what the audience wants. Ask and you shall receive. So bear with me, I know a lot of people may not like this first loadout, but it's the loadout I use when I'm actually trying to use the stats on my gear. This isn't something I commonly do, but whenever I'm in player match, for some reason, some people don't like to turn on gear, or even if I'm just in the multiverse and I feel like playing Sub-Zero, and this is true for all of my characters, I've got what I call an RPG loadout, which is essentially my loadout where I'm actually, I'm using the gear and I'm using the gear abilities, so I don't really care what my character looks like. And on all of those loadouts, I run the demon shader, which is why I've got the demon shader on this loadout. And as you can see, it's all my strongest gear I have for the character, and that's the stats I have. Not exactly the most exciting stats, but I haven't really been putting in the time I should with Sub-Zero, but overall he still looks pretty nice, and the Demon Shader adds a really cool texture to the weapons there, as you can see. This one I am trying to get a cool look for Sub-Zero. I'm trying to make him look a little bit bulky in this loadout. There's actually only two epic pieces of gear here, being the chest plate and of course the weapons. And again, I'm just kind of going for that bulky look. I like the shoulder pads there, and it's just kind of a different look for Sub-Zero that you don't often see. You may notice I am actually using the default legs on this loadout, and the reason for that is because of those ice spikes coming out of the knees. For some reason, a lot of the leg pieces that I have unlocked for the character don't actually have those leg spikes. So for now, I'm just rocking the default ones. Hopefully we can pick up some epic legs in the future that look a little bit better, but that's the one I'm rocking for now. This next one, I mean, it's pretty obvious who this is inspired by. One of my favorite primary colors is definitely purple. I think it looks awesome on the screen. And as soon as I saw this shader, I knew I needed to make a loadout with it because damn, there is just not enough purple in this game. Obviously, we got Starfire coming soon. I'm sure she's got a ton of purple. And obviously, the shout out to Rain is also pretty cool. Some people have been asking me whether I'm going to be doing MK11 videos when MK11 rolls around. I'm still not sure about that, but I'm certainly interested in buying the game since obviously Injustice was such a fun game for me. And especially considering how much I've enjoyed Sub-Zero, it's likely that I'll be doing MK11 videos. Alright, moving on to the fourth loadout. Obviously, I had to have a loadout for your boy, Scorpion. And this is where I'm using the kind of classic mask there. It's actually called the Shiryu Slayer's Mask, which is pretty cool. And obviously the shoulder pads are just kind of a standard shoulder pad, nothing crazy, no ice spikes going on. And if you pay close attention to the legs, you'll actually see these like yellow tassels. It's pretty easy to glance over and not realize it's there, but when you actually notice it, it looks really cool. I'm a big fan of this loadout. Usually when I play Sub-Zero, I'm using this loadout. And my final loadout is a Sub-Zero traditional loadout. Obviously, it's not an exact replica of his classic look, but this is a look that I could totally see being in a Mortal Kombat game, other than the massive spikes coming out of the legs. And obviously, the art style would be changed from game to game, but I love this look. I think it looks awesome for Sub-Zero. I'm a huge fan of it, and this one actually doesn't require any epic gear at all. Obviously, there's probably a better variant of this that can be epic, but I really do think it looks awesome regardless. So basically the way gear works in Injustice 2 is that you have the epic gear is a more detailed version of the rare gear, and the common version is kind of a very less detailed version of the rare gear. So whenever you see any of my epic loadouts or even my rare loadouts, you can get different variants of that at different tiers. So if you see someone with a really cool rare loadout, just know that you can get that, but obviously in epic form, but just with like more detail and kind of extra flair to it. So there it is, the Sub-Zero gear showcase you guys asked for. So many awesome loadouts. There's so much cool Sub-Zero gear in the game. If you haven't already gotten a chance to play Sub-Zero and really dive into his gear system, it's definitely worth it. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like on it. My name is Mabilbzy, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.